I'm locked. How are we doing, chat? Oh, chat, do we have fun stuff today? We have one Destiny thing to look at before we hop into the game. Otherwise, we got some other stuff to do as well. We might be hitting that Halo today. At least that's the plan. But we'll see. We'll see. There's actually a couple things I want to look at. Destiny's ramping up their like prep for marathon and everything else. And I don't know how to feel about it, truthfully. I'm thinking the reason we haven't had like the roadmap yet is because of this delay. And part of my worry is that we're not going to get a good mid-season, and it's going to be kind of like the last one. Because Ash and Iron was very... It was just disappointing, you know? But we shall see, we shall see. Let's see. There's also like possibly some Forza news, but I'll have to hop in and see. Dude, some of the way leaks are happening now, I don't get it. Sounds busy. So like before, leaks used to be like someone data mined something. And it wasn't like anything the company did. Company was doing everything they were supposed to, everything they need to. It all kind of like was fine. Companies would all kind of like, I'm trying to think of any time before like 2015. It was a company that accidentally leaked something. And I can't think of one. At least off the top of my head. But something happened like 2016, 2015. And it started, I think, with PlayStation. PlayStation was having troubles just keeping stuff secret. I don't get it. Let's switch this. Like, Fishman, how many times has something leaked because PlayStation put whatever up early? Or a non-English YouTube account for something posted something early because of time zones? I feel like it happens so often now compared to too many times. And I remember stuff got like, there was a point where Lego was really bad and Lego kept leaking movie or like game things. You know? Which is like, it's not always their fault. Lego does send promo to Lego content creators, and sometimes it leaked from them. But I look at some things and it's like, I don't get it, man. Okay. Here. Or look at the videos. So we have marathons coming out. Initially, Shadow and Order, like it says here, was supposed to come out March 3rd. Marathon it was then delayed till March 5th. So there was going to be a 2-day spacer in between major expansion, major game. Not a good thing. As Vase is going to say here, like, a bunch of people, insiders, have said, Bungie hasn't confirmed this or anything, a bunch of insiders has said Shadow and Order has been delayed, or is likely to be delayed because of Marathon's release. And we've had such a good ride with Renegades, and it's been 3 months, basically, of, like, not much content. We had the Dawning, but after that, there's not really the entirety of January and February. There's nothing. There's no new content planned. So you're gonna then delay it again? By how much? Like, this delay, if it is happening, needs to, at maximum, be a week. That's it. Because if you have another month of just nothing, if Marathon doesn't like hit off rip and you've just delayed the game that's making you money right now again, and you caused more players to leave because there's nothing going on, Bungie's actually just stupid. I don't know what to do. Like,
Shadow and Order is Destiny 2's next major update. It is supposed to release March 3rd, just 2 days before Marathon. Now, there's been multiple sources that say Shadow and Order has been delayed to make room for Marathon. Let's discuss what we know.
it better not be delayed, man.
So I originally planned this video to be about Shadow and Order, talking about what we know and also some possible leaks of what might be involved with this content release, like a raid gauntlet mode. But as of today, it seems Shadow and Order could be delayed. Not 100% confirmed, but this comes from a couple of sources, and Paul Tassi tweeted this. Have heard Shadow and Order will in fact be delayed to make room for Marathon on March 5th, given that it was supposed to come out on March 3rd. Not sure how long or when it will be announced, however. Paul, of course, is a journalist who might have some inside source on this knowledge. But if
He's
this
usually
is
got
true,
something.
this is not good at all. Sure, Shadow and Order might need to be delayed in general to make the release itself better, but the fact that it would be pushed because of Marathon specifically is not a good idea. You already have some Destiny players mad about Marathon in general. Now we're not getting our new content release.
So, a large portion of the PvP team seems like they were switched over to Marathon for a bit before all like the layoffs and stuff happened. And Marathon is giving dedicated servers before Destiny. So I think part of the hate for Marathon is warranted from the Destiny side, because the game that is actively making you money, that is funding Marathon, is being affected by your choices because of Marathon. It's not like World of Warcraft really suffered when Overwatch was being made and stuff after. But Marathon has directly impacted the content rollout, game modes, and expansion stuff for years now because of Destiny, because of a game that they're just kind of banking everything on. And then you have the thing of like, okay, well, constant delays, there's the art thing, and like constantly there's just problems. And now stuff is getting delayed for Destiny again to make way for this game that hasn't even really proved itself, apart from like a few beta tests where people liked it. Long term, it hasn't shown that it can really stay, or if it'll be just kind of like a flash in the pan type thing. Which is confusing, because you would think most of your support should be on the thing making you money instead of the thing that's not even out yet. Which...
It does seem like a kind of strange release plan, though, in the first place from Bungie. If you wanted players to 1. Try Marathon and play it on release, and 2. Release a successful Destiny 2 major update, you think you wouldn't have released them in the same week. And you feel like this would have to been planned months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if Marathon came out towards the end of March? I'm not sure whose idea it was to launch 2 big Bungie updates or games in the same week. If it is true, it sucks. Destiny 2 players, of course, want more content. Destiny 2 players want their game to be a focus too, instead of shoving developers and more hands into Bungie's new project. If Bungie's going to be this multi-studio, you want good for both games, not just
They don't have... Bungie doesn't have enough people to be a multi-studio. Their main focus needs to be Destiny. Marathon needs to be the side project. The fact they shifted their moneymaker to be the side project is insane to me. Every other company, it feels like, apart from game companies, because they seem to do this all the damn time, is they take the most popular thing they have that's making them money, they start to like strip support away from it to give it to something new that might fail, and then put stuff back onto their popular game. But doing so kneecaps that game for like a year or more. And I don't get why. It's happened. EA does this a lot. Or what they'll do is they'll have their main game and they'll have the side project that's promising, that needs more support, and they won't give any to it, and then it fails and they blame the devs. There's not a good system for this, apart from just hiring a separate team instead of shifting people and resources from Destiny to Marathon to work on it, and not doing anything to help keep Destiny supported in the same way.
Now, I don't know what specifically is going on behind the scenes, but this is what most people speculate about. Destiny 2 getting cuts for Sony's big new project. And even if this was a scheduling mishap, maybe Sony stepped in to release Marathon earlier. Whatever the reason is, if it's true, it does feel like a slap in the face to Destiny players.
The Sony decision, then. All the stuff I've seen over the past bit of like Sony stepping in because they know better than Destiny and like Bungie staff of doing stuff. If Sony stepped in and said, yeah, just release the Destiny thing on the 3rd and Marathon on the 5th, Sony's just as stupid, because that's going to hurt both games. If that is a Sony decision, Sony's just dumb. I don't know what else to say for that. There's no way that's a good idea from any side.
So let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comments down below. But I also want to get into what I had here with my original script, what this Shadow and Order update might include. So let's go back a couple of years. Bungie told us the final shape needed more time at the end of 2023. Instead of February, it was launching in June. So to fill that time, they released probably one of the most fun non-expansion or season updates this game has ever seen.
Yeah.
The forces of the Witness surge. Our borders are under siege. Does that make us soldiers? Pushing back buys us only time, but the alternative is unthinkable. We built a city none of us dared to dream of, with allies from unlikely places. We have never had more to lose. I turn the question to you, on the eve of our darkest hour. What is a Guardian? Define us, in this moment, for all time.
Into the Light brought a lot. Weapons to attune, a shader to go after, a horde mode, and Pantheon.
The OST sounds like art.
Mode that had you take on bosses.
It's just orchestral. Most orchestral soundtracks sound kind of similar.
Is back to back, bosses from different raids. The goal of Pantheon is to relive those incredible and heroic moments that raids always deliver, while also changing what you expect from some of the encounters many of you know so well. Prepare to be nimble, adapt your strategies, or throw them out the window, and your fire team will find success. Pantheon will increase in scale and difficulty each week, starting with 4 bosses in the first one and growing up to 8 in a row on May 21st. Each time a new boss is added, the active modifiers will rotate, and the power cap will change. Starting with players at 5 power below all the way up to contest mode equivalent of 20 below. As the difficulty went up, so did the pool of available rewards. You were able to get adept raid weapons, deep sight versions of raid weapons, and even exotic weapons. Some rewards were weekly, and others were linked to pursuits or triumphs like the 4 new emblems they had. But many of them also depended on your performance. So that's what Bungie said about this Pantheon mode when it released a couple of years ago. Fast forward a year, in September
good
of
mode.
2024, when Bungie was releasing all of their Frontiers articles, we had one about raids and dungeons, which spoke of a new Pantheon-type mode we'd see someday. At the time, this was in early development, but it's likely now releasing in Shadow and Order, whenever that is. Here's what they said in 2024. Destiny 2 Into the Light introduced a raid boss rush event called the Pantheon that put Fireteam's capabilities to the test. This event showed us that our community is hungry for new experiences that break out of the mold of our traditional raids and dungeons. So in the 4th major update of that year, we're planning on another event that introduces novelty and allows our team to experiment with legacy raid and dungeon offerings to create surprising aspirational challenges. At that point, they were very early in the design stages of this event, so more details as they develop them.
Okay.
Now, Into the Light was great in general as an update. We weren't even supposed to have that in the first place, but it dropped months before the final shape and brought many players back in, gave them something to do, weapons and cosmetics to chase. When Pantheon came out, I think it was one of the coolest parts of Into the Light.
It's actually like, for it being like a thrown together thing, dude, some of the best content we've had in a while. We need another Into the Light.
My friends and I were actually excited to
soon.
get on each week, attuned for a roll of a weapon, take on these raid bosses and whatever modifiers Bungie had planned. So it's interesting to see that Shadow and Order, the second major update, we're going to receive something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Ashen Iron was not received well, so let's
Nope.
see if Shadow and Order can be different, especially if this delay is a thing. Major updates are supposed to have new and reprised activities, new sandbox meta, new events, new modifiers and challenges, new gear and artifact mods. An article posted on the Game Post weeks ago talked about this Shadow and Order Pantheon 2.0. According to that article, and it says this leak, Pantheon 2.0 would feature Insurrection Prime from Scourge of the Past, Galron the Sorrow Bearer from Crown of Sorrow, and Val Ka'ur from Spire of Stars.
Yes, please.
The idea is not just a simple reissue. The note claims that this version of Pantheon would remix these encounters, with boss fights that pull mechanics from earlier encounters in those raids.
Good.
Boss encounters merge mechanics from previous encounters. The Dredgen organization as a whole is coming back into the picture. So beyond that little leak, I guess you can call it, we don't really know much about this Pantheon mode or what Shadow and Order is going to entail.
Not much of a leak.
But given that this is the next major update coming to Destiny 2, I wanted to bring this news to you if there is a possible delay and speculate what we could see. Let me know in the comments how you feel about all of this and what you'd like to see in this next update. But anyway, Guardians, if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and
So, basically, if the delay is a thing, right? They're handicapping the update. They are making it harder for that update to succeed by delaying it because of Marathon. And if it's a Sony decision that Sony pushed through, they're stupid. I don't know why they would do that. If they're not delaying it, and they're just forcing the release of 2 of them together, that's also stupid, because you're hurting both games. So, I'm kind of just surprised. But what I was saying before that video about leaks, about, again, PlayStation, tends to be the first to leak things, or non-English YouTube channels will leak things, typically also PlayStation channels. I don't know what it is with Sony and PlayStation. They can't keep a lid on anything. Lego has done it before. They accidentally leak stuff. Now, the Forza Horizon 6 new car seems to have been leaked by a candy company. And I
Yo,
can't.
what's cracking, everyone? Eric Ship 111 here. So it's becoming increasingly clear that Playground Games is having a bit of a hard time keeping Forza Horizon 6 under wraps as more and more details continue to surface ahead of the official gameplay reveal. Whether
send
it's
this to
promotional
Corv.
material, social media activity, or subtle in-game pop-ups, these so-called accidents are happening far too frequently to simply ignore.
Yeah.
And with just 2 days remaining until the upcoming Developers Direct, we've now been hit with yet another leak, this time through a
We will. Okay. January 22nd, we will be watching this. We'll be watching this and we'll be playing Arknights. So, big day on Thursday.
We've now been hit with yet another leak, this time through a completely unexpected cross-promotion with the confectionery brand Trolley.
What map
Now
is this?
these are the images from the upcoming promotion, and
I can't. Of all the ways for a video game to have stuff leaked, I think something similar happened with Mountain Dew and Halo back in the day. Or like Call of Duty and Mountain Dew. Or like Call of Duty and Monster, or whatever it is. This is crazy.
And I want to give a shout out to everyone in the comment section of my previous video, as well as those who reached out to me through Instagram for bringing my previous
Scan to earn. I wonder. Does that work? Or is it too blurry? Wait, let's see. My phone's not even registering like the QR code.
video, as well as those who reached out to me through Instagram for bringing this to my attention. So, as you can clearly see on the front of the packaging, right in the top left corner, we have the official Forza Horizon 6 logo, accompanied by
Well,
a message saying free in-game
official
content
is-
with purchase. Then, in the bottom right of the box, we can also spot a vehicle render that appears to be the new 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser, which immediately raises some interest.
Yeah, I guess that is. That the Y looks more like a T, but I think that's just because it's blurry. Having just Horizon on like the windshield like that looks so stupid.
Interesting questions about the game's launch lineup, and as for the back of the packaging, there isn't much additional information revealed aside from instructions explaining
better.
how customers can redeem this free in-game content, suggesting that the reward itself is already finalized and ready to go. But the first and most important question we need to ask, especially when it comes to leaks like this, is whether or not this partnership is real, or is it simply an elaborate fake to generate some clicks, as this image has started to spread pretty wildly over on social media. But from what I've been able to tell,
It looks like other packaging that's happened before, and Trolley does have.
site, however, you can find it from a major US. You can then see the actual product being listed. The only unfortunate part is that it's currently unavailable, and if you do try and purchase this online, it will ask you to find a replacement. I'm going to assume that this product will become available shortly.
It's like a pre-order.
After the development. This Forza Horizon, more details start. Now this is going to be a new to Forza car being introduced into Forza
Oh,
Horizon.
no shit, it's new to Forza. It's a 2026. So, looking at it, the packaging looks like ones we've seen before for other leaks, so that's why I believe it a little more.
5, like
There was a thing with Oreos, I believe, as well for Forza. I think it was Forza 4. And Trolley does stuff with Xbox a lot, in the same way like Mountain Dew does things, and this does happen
game
quite often where like just an image leaks.
or yes, certain parts of the country does snow, and it snows.
Certain parts of the country do snow. Yeah, no. That's like part of what Japan's known for. So like, hello Corvette. Corvette, did you see this? I just sent it to you. I don't know if you saw the I was playing Halo. So Trolley leaked the new Toyota SUV.
Scroll down, you can then see the actual product being listed.
So I have discovered what one of the cars will be. I can barely hear. A popsicle brand leaked a Forza car.
The only unfortunate part is that it's currently unavailable, and if you
The video's just quiet. This is the car that is leaked. It's the new Toyota Land Rover, Land something. And it looks like if you scan the back of this box, you get the car
too,
or something.
it was simply impossible. Forza Horizon 4.
I sent it to you in DMs, so if you want to watch it there. But we were talking about like how bad leaks have become and just kind of how randomly stuff leaks, right? Where more often than not, a leak will come from some random food company and just kind of ruin like the run up to an activity or to a game or something. And it's crazy how often it happens. You know? Cuz like I don't know. It's also okay. Also it's a candy brand, but in Canada, I've only ever seen trolley popsicles. I haven't seen the actual candy, like gummy worms, in like years. So I don't know. But it's like I think there was a Halo thing that was leaked on a Monster Dew can. There was Jurassic Park, the most recent one, had stuff leaked from Dr. Pepper. Lego does leaks, action figures leak, Marvel stuff, or in DC stuff all the time. And it feels like it only started after 2015. I don't know what happened to make that change, but it seems like 2015, 2016, nobody could keep a secret to save their life. I don't get it. Okay, cool boots. These, dude, if these are an Iron Banner or like Trials thing that they're selling again, I'm gonna be pissed. It's just weird that, stuff is getting leaked again. I don't know. Shadow Broker robes? Yeah, might as well. Actually, before we get that, let's see what else is being sold. So the normal Star Wars stuff. Okay. They put the Master Chief in the shoulder. So we got Ultra Clean, we got Sinking Feeling. It's an animated one with like a storm kind of graphic in the back. Corvette, what's the first leak that you remember seeing for like a major game or movie or something that wasn't just someone data mining, like it was something leaked from a company or accidentally posted? I think the first one I remember is seeing something posted to I think it was a PlayStation YouTube account. They leaked it. I do remember that. I remember that. I feel like most of the leaks we get for games and stuff come from PlayStation. Destiny has had so many things leaked from PlayStation where it gets posted early to like a social media account, it gets put on the store early, or just so many other things. It feels like PlayStation cannot keep a lid on any of it. I know Fortnite has leaks. I feel like anytime something gets leaked, half the time it's a PlayStation or something related to Sony. How does this look with the... Oh, no. Not in this color. Shadow Broker. Right there. Oh, the leopard print comes through. Was Forza 4 during the end of Forza 3? What was the leak? Like, how was it, Oh, seasons? Oh, seasons and houses? I know we're 2 days away. I think the reason we're getting a lot more leaks is because we're 2 days away from, like, official, probably gameplay of Horizon 6. Because that Xbox Direct is on Thursday. So I'm getting the feeling that, like, there's nothing to do this week. There's no Iron Banner, there's no, like, Relic. That's not even a new there's no new rewards. There's nothing new this week. Yeah, I did. It's like an older clip. You know, I'll just put us in just chatting. Yeah, I saw that. So much is like... Let me just Google Forza Horizon 6 leaks. Two days ago, every leaked car so far. There's no way. When is that Dragon Ball event? Oh, wait. 5 days? Wait. It's not in Japan at all. It's in Germany. Dude. Whoa. Real or fake? Well, for some reason, there's just yellow and pink in the background where that mountain is. Dude. No. This looks way more official, even though I don't think it's real. The lighting is off. But I do like I can't scroll on this page. If I scroll on this page, there's an anatomy picture of just a dick and balls, and it says Forza Horizon 6 map. Mitch Cactus. Is that what that said? Yeah, right. Oh. Eric Ship. I don't know who Mitch Cactus is. But I'll trust you with that. So let's see. Every let's see. Maybe a human cactus? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. So every leaked car so far. Do we take a look at it, or Mitch Cactus is a notorious content creator for making up fake Forza leaks and trying to sell you to buy modded Forza accounts? Oh. So he's a dick. So these are apparently all the leaked cars for Horizon 6. So, spoiler warning. Also sounds like the typical YouTuber. Damn. Hey guys. Oh no. It's one of those. Okay. Mitsubishi GTO Series 1. That's the leak. Alright. What is this picture even from? I'm holding. Okay, the Ferrari we already know. Mazda Mitsubishi Eclipse Gen 2. Oh, is that because of... It's from this? This is unlisted. How did you get this if it's unlisted? Dude. Pokemon looks so good. Oh. There's a butterfly? Ooh. Okay, I see. So we got that. We got these two here. Stupid, like, Trolley gummy pop. Oh. Toyota new Land Cruiser. Okay. You know, I kind of like the look of the Land Cruiser. I like the front. Yeah, nothing crazy. The way this was posed, I thought there was going to be like more. The only two so what cars haven't we had before? We haven't had this Ferrari. Have we? The J50? Or is this... We have? So the only new car we don't have is the Toyota J250 that comes out this year. Like, that's it. And the Mitsu. Okay. So, of the leaked cars, there's two new ones. Okay. I really hope they fix progression and make you work to build up a collection, not just giving loads of cars to new players. I like that idea. I also don't really care if I build up a collection slowly or if I just have cars for more variety. Okay. So supposedly, this is like a restart where you're just a nobody doing races. And if it's like that, I can see them having the collection build-up thing again. But if it's just going the same way that 4 and 5 were, where you're just organizing events and doing stuff like that, yeah, they're just gonna give you car after car after car. So, yeah, I think we'll see something good. I'm hoping. So, I think it's like an hour-long direct, and I'm hoping it's like 20 minutes per game. And it's like 10 minutes of like dev talk, 10 minutes of gameplay. If we get 20 minutes of just driving around, ooh. See. Also, the more it's probably going to be dev with gameplay. I'm guessing it's going to be a good mix. So, on that same day is Arknights that we'll be playing. I'm also seeing like... Okay, so Arknights seems to be having just insane trouble with like cheaters and bugs that I'm seeing more and more. Like this clip with Tfue. I'm not going to play the audio, but I keep seeing more and more clips of just hackers and cheaters just running rampant. Or just bugs of like... Dog. What are we doing? Shroud wonders why this didn't win Game of the Year. And there's other people doing it too. You gotta, like, cheat to stop the cheaters. This is Arc Raiders. Like, streamers are having to use exploits to deal with, or to, like, either avoid cheaters or to deal with the cheaters. So, Marathon's coming out in March. Made with Mematic. And dude, Arc Raiders has such, it had such good runs, but I don't know why they're not, maybe they are just pumping out updates to try and fix this. I haven't seen anything about, hey, updates. Apparently today they put out a thing to fix item duplication and wall exploits. But I've seen cheaters with, like, they can see through walls, they got aimbots, they know where people are, they got trackers. They can't keep up. Hello, Zev. I just see more and more, like, they're not saying Marathon looks bad anymore. I'm just seeing, like, so much of whatever. I'm hoping it'll be good. Like, Marathon will be good and actually be a hit. Because if it's not, then Bungie's just taking resources and people away from Destiny for no reason. Like, if Arc Raiders is having the reputation kind of slowly go down because of the cheaters, and Marathon doesn't bang, I don't know what they're doing. What's this? AI hype meets reality. Majority of CEOs report no financial returns from AI. Oh, now they figure it out. Most businesses are still waiting for AI to boost the revenue or cut costs. The time it takes to get an AI to actually do what you want to the level you want, you could just pay someone to do it faster. It's a new survey of 4,454 CEOs across 95 countries found that over half have seen no significant financial benefits from AI investments, no revenue increase or cost reductions in the past year. I think on average for a company level thing, what you want AI to do exactly takes a couple hours of prompting to get it to spit out what you want. Whereas you could just pay someone to do it in, like, the same time or less. And better, yeah. AI probably can't do your job. Research revealed that even the best artificial intelligence program could only autonomously complete 2.5% of projects it was given. Imagine getting an efficiency report back from your... Imagine you, as like a manager, convince your company to fire most of the people in your area and replace it with AI. And being handed back or imagine the feeling of handing a thing to your superior, an efficiency report saying, we went down 97.5% in efficiency because of me. And looking them dead in the eye and going, see, AI was so helpful. They asked a class of leading platforms such as ChatGPT, Grok AI, Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, and Monos 1.5 to complete a series of workplace tasks. They included creating floor plans, making games, and visualizing data. They failed half of the tasks by producing poor quality work and were unable to complete a third of them entirely. I had a friend who wanted to show me how bad ChatGPT was for like vibe coding for a game. He wanted to make like an idle Pokemon catcher type thing. He spent, I think, 3 hours telling ChatGPT different features he wanted to put in. And then when he said, give me the final code, it gave him the code and then asked him if he wanted to put in features they had talked about an hour ago to put in that should have been in that final bit. It can't even keep track of what it's saying, and it can't do what it says it's going to do. So he said, I want everything that was every feature that was mentioned in the past 3 hours to be in the code. And every time was asking, hey, do you want this feature that we talked about 2 hours ago? Hey, do you want this feature that we talked about an hour ago? And he just showing how actually inefficient and horrible it is. I don't, like, if they can't even do 3% of their work, what is the point of paying it? It's actually not useful. Crazy. Who could have guessed? Who could have thought? Okay, let's see. Oh. Chat, I want to play Arknights Enfield so bad, but I gotta wait 2 days. Oh. Let me play! Please! I beg you. Apparently Marathon is also $40. Also, okay. Corvette, I want your opinion on something. And Zev, if you're still here. For some reason, there's this guy tagging Destiny content creators for this. The deluxe edition of Marathon is $60 US. Compared to more recent games, is $60 a fair price for a deluxe edition when the base game is $40? Yeah. If I look right now, Destiny 2 Deluxe Edition, the Legacy Collection, which has whatever, the Ultimate Edition is $125. If I look at Monster Hunter Wilds, premium for Forza 5 is $100. Yeah. Deluxe Edition for Monster Hunter Wilds, $120. $140 for the Premium Deluxe. Deluxe was 80 or 70. So, like, seeing that, and then this guy's you cannot be fucking serious. This takes some balls to slap this type of price tag on any version of the game, especially after everything that's been going on with Bungie and Destiny the game, along with early testing with this game. Apparently, early testing was really good. People really liked Marathon. The word of mouth for this game is horrid, and the not interested comments far outnumber the favorable ones. This just isn't true from what I've seen either. This is a level of tone deafness I've never seen before. He cannot type either. Well, you see this right here? Accounts this person follows or mentioned can reply. That should kind of tell you, one, the betting odds for this game succeeding are very, very low. No, the fuck it's not. Personally, this game hasn't been appealing to me from day one. Which tells me exactly why he made this post. He just doesn't like the game. I don't like the art style, gameplay, or nothing. So why are you looking at the price tag? As a Destiny fan, though, that's why he's mad. It bothers me they've continued to pour resources into this while simultaneously letting their flagship franchise crash and burn. And he tagged 3 content creators that are Destiny creators. So Rick Kakis, right here. Ads. Oh. Alright. We'll wait for the ads. It is... Do you know how many games are just releasing base at like $80? And you're complaining the deluxe edition is 60? Brother. I don't even know, like... Let me look at his account. Okay. No, never mind.
He was coughing.
Okay. I think, looking at this dude's account, he's like running defense for ICE and stuff. I shouldn't expect an intelligent take from him. My bad, I thought someone had brain cells on the internet. So he's complaining that, like, the deluxe edition is $60. Rick Kakis responds, base game is $40, you're showing the digital. And he said, as I said, $60 is way too much to charge regardless of any version of the game. Especially after the massive amount of ill will the studio has generated over the last year or more, plus after the amount of negative press and feedback that came from the original tests, you'd think they might adjust the pricing down a bit or not include a deluxe version. This guy wants the game to be free. That's my assumption, is he doesn't want to have to pay for this. I don't know if you remember, Arc Raiders also had bad press before it came out because of all the AI voices and audio. It blows my mind they tried to squeeze $60 out of players for this. And after Concord, who in their right mind would have pre-ordered a live service game like this. Well, the difference is people do like the... Just because you don't like the look of stuff doesn't mean other people also hate it. I get Destiny and Bungie is your guys' bread and butter, but as a fellow veteran Destiny player who doesn't have any financial stake in this studio, I'm disgusted by how things are going, even though I'm enjoying Renegades at the moment. Waiting to see what their plans are for the future of Destiny, and if it isn't something really substantive and cool, I think I'm going to move on. So move on. I don't... This is a take I've seen more and more, of being like, if you don't make something I think is cool, I'm leaving. And then expecting whatever studio to be like, I'm so sorry. Yes, sir, right away, sir. We'll change it immediately. Or that's like buying a car with all the optional features and then being mad it costs more than the base version. Besides, the other game's digital deluxe versions cost like $100. It's like, no, that's like buying a car that's gotten a shit ton of bad reviews and then buying the deluxe edition of the turd. And then on top of that, buying it from a dealership that's got a bad reputation. And like, I understand, $60 is still a lot of money, right? However, he's a Destiny player. He's playing Renegades, is what the guy's saying, right? You bought a game. You bought the $60 DLC for the game. And if you bought the $60 DLC for the game, or you bought the Year of Prophecy edition for $125, you paid more than this. Why are you complaining about the price if you're willing to pay that price already? I don't get that. There's no reasoning with YouTubers and streamers. They're inherently biased. Biased? But okay. Marathon does well, so does their... If Marathon does well, so does their channels. Also, I agree the game should be free to play at this point. Why? And I look... You're a Twitch streamer. You got 40-second Spire stars. That's your... Okay, that's not... I'm just like... Deluxe edition, buddy. Base is 40. I said any version's too much. Arc Raiders was 40. So, chat, what would you say is like an ideal price point for a base game and then the deluxe edition? What would you say? That pricing? That's kind of what I think is like about 2 feet. Hi, Jonah. At most, $80 I think should be like a premium deluxe. Not 120 something, close to $200. 40, 60, and 80, that's what it should be. Although I would say, I don't think there should be 3 versions of games. It should be base game and then premium. Or if you're gonna do it, have the base game be 40 and then premium deluxe just have as 80. Don't do like a middle ground with half the stuff. Just do base game and then all the extra stuff. Just put it all in one bundle. And then I'm fine if you sell like an upgrade for like basically the price difference. That's also fine. I don't care. But having a game be like base $90 just blow up. I don't... Being mad about that is crazy to me. I'm looking through like the stuff I've saved on Twitter to see all the things I wanted to talk about. Honestly, it's just dumb takes. So they're not even like worth looking at. But Jonah, how's your day been? How you doing? Um, just getting started, so chilling. Okay. I know Steam also did something to change like how they uh how they dictate like AI should be labeled. Let me grab it up. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Here. So Valve has significantly rewritten Steam's rules for how developers must disclose AI use, clarifying that AI-powered tools do not require a disclosure. And what do we think about that, chat? So, like, I don't think it needs to be said, but this is dumb. You know? Like, okay, part of it, but Fisherman, they don't have to say AI was used if it's an AI powered tool. So that's the problem. So if you used like that's anything to automate a task, right? So it's Dolly is an AI powered tool. Writing assistants, image assistants. So AI powered tools. Here's using Google AI overview to show you. Jasper and ChatGPT, Claude, Grammarly, Notion AI, Dolly, Synthesia, Google Veo, Opus Clips, GitHub Copilot, Zapier, Microsoft Power Platform, Google Workspace, Asana, ClickUp, Reich, Talibu AI, 11 Labs, Create AI voiceovers, Elevate data and stuff, AI-powered product management for recommendations, summarizes threads, drafts emails, takes notes in meetings, low-code tools for building apps and automating processes, automates workflows, integrates different apps, assists developers in writing code faster, turns long videos into viral short clips for social media. So let's look at some of these. So ChatGPT, everybody knows ChatGPT. Claude, Jasper, stuff like that. Dolly, obviously, is images, creates unique images from text descriptions. That is just AI. Generates professional AI talking head videos. Let's see. Zapier. Some of these are like, okay. Some of these I'm like fine with, right? Grammarly is one thing. Grammarly is like a spell check. It's something to help with writing. It's not generating the writing for you. Stuff like that, I'm fine with. Ones I'm not are generates professional AI talking head videos, generates images with DALL-E, and stuff like that. So we're just blurring lines again, I guess. I assume the AI for Grammarly is literally just something recognizing. Yeah. So Grammarly, the way it works, right? It's AI writing assistant. So let's see. I load it up. If it'll load. Load. So you have the little like widget you can do. So like if I try typing whatever, something random. It'll autocorrect you or do stuff. Or you can put, for example, you can put like, I know people use it for resumes or for cover letters just to get something that sounds better, and it'll recommend what stuff does, like remove this word, try this word instead, or this is a run-on sentence, you should put a comma or like a period here and start a new sentence. That's what Grammarly does. But we look Opus Clips, which it says Opus turns long videos into viral short clips for social media, right? And even here, Goldcast, we're getting a sponsored result for a thing that says get instant AI generated clips. They're fighting over each other. Opus Clip. One long video, 10 viral clips. Create 10 times faster. So this will effectively, it looks like break a video down into different formats and segments that you can post on different platforms. It's used by Darman Studios, Two Set Violin, John Yusei, Armchair Historian, whoever that is, Sebastian Jeffries, Flagrant. That does not surprise me in the slightest. So it's saying all these people, Jax Films uses this. Mark Rober uses this. Some AI like things where it's a way to automatically clip or do something. This does take the job of an editor, right? Like if this is what it does where it's giving you a transcript of something, if this is it, that's not bad, right? But when it's, if we go back to here and it's the, which one was it? This one, where you're generating a video of someone talking, that's bad. So when Valve is changing to go from you must disclose any AI use to you can leave out AI-powered tools, ChatGPT can generate images. DALL-E generates images. So image, video, and audio generators, you don't have to disclose. We're back to square one now. And I don't know why. I don't understand the change. Unless it's like, so recently we've seen Larian, and the people behind E33 and these other gaming companies are saying, well, we didn't put AI into the game, but it was used somewhere in the process. But the final product never entered the game, right? Yeah, it might change soon. It's like E33 had some like newspaper that they used an AI image generator for. It didn't end up in the final version. Larian has said they use generative AI in the process of making games, but the final product is always human made. I'm guessing it's getting around this. Like, that's what it's doing. Because I don't know, I don't get it. You know? I think it's bad. It's a dishonest way to get around stuff. So I'm trying to think of a reason it would have done that, and I can't, you know? I'm assuming some of these aren't being used for games. This Synthesia one, where you're doing AI head talking videos. That one I can't see being used. But stuff like Zapier, where it's like just a workflow organizer, I can see that being used. I think part of the problem is also like, part of the problem is people just lumping everything AI together. And not fully understanding what the different types of AI are. I'll see people shit on like Grok and then use Siri. Or use Cortana. Or like the Google, like whatever the phone one is. And they'll do it like right after each other. Grok has more features, but Grok and Siri are essentially the same type of AI. Grammarly is a spell check. Like, it's a thing. It's not a scraper. Or I'll see stuff like Vidal with Neuro. And it's like, that is an AI, but it's completely different than everything else. You know? But chat, what else have you seen today? Or is going on today? There's a couple things I was looking at for like maybe some things to react to also. The Mugen vid, that's on there. I was thinking Halo we might do in like as an evening stream. Let's see. Ba. Okay. I've also been seeing like the Jonah, did I show you the snow stuff that's going on in like Russia right now? Okay, here. So there's an island in Russia that got like 5 meters of snow, and it's just having like crazy snowstorms and stuff. So it is, let's see. So right here, right? This area here is currently having like some of the worst snowstorms ever in like the past century and a half. It's snow covering buildings up to like the 6th floor. Like imagine being 6 floors up and you can walk out of your balcony on top of snow. Like it's, let me check Twitter to see if there's some videos. I've seen people walking on snowbanks and they're walking above streetlights. Like it's bad. Here, like look at this video here. So they're in their car. Dog. You know, I complain about snow. I'm Canadian. I complain about like when we get a few feet of snow in a day. Some parts of the island got 5 meters overnight. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Street sign. And they're still going about their day. I've heard of American cities and like parts of New York getting shut down with like a centimeter. And like parts of Toronto and stuff. Or Vancouver. What do you even do with this? I'm scared like scrolling through Twitter with this. I Okay, here we go. Look at this. Time in the it's hard to see with the name, but so this is in the morning. And it snowed again. What do you do? Call in and be like, can't? I'm just not leaving. Fuck that. I'm seeing like video after video of people jumping out of their balcony into snow and then just getting up and walking away to like wherever. But they're on like the 8th floor. Absolutely crazy. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably 9. Oh. Chat, what are we doing now? What do we want to do? Maybe what we could do is like we could just split streams up. I'm back. That's okay. I'm thinking maybe we do something for, like we do a little bit of Wilds. And then we do maybe a stream tonight or something. I don't want to start up Halo right before the Arknights stuff. Because I don't want to start a game just to start another game 2 days from now. So I think what we'll do is starting in February, next week in February, we'll hop into Halo. And run that. Because by then, Arknights Enfield will be out. Supposedly Highguard next Monday. Halo will be next week or February. Don't worry. When we start Halo, I will make a post about it in the Discord, and I'll post it on Twitter that we're starting a Halo marathon. We might do... Does Halo Wars have any story significance to Halo? Or is it just purely RTS? No? Okay. Then we'll avoid that. Halo Infinite isn't the story, it's the, I don't have the newest Halo. So we're playing up to whatever the game before the newest one is. Halo Reach 1 to 4? Alright. There's a Google Doc. Wait a minute. 5 is only playable on Xbox? Damn. Ba 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 ba. Uh, okay, this Google Doc kind of sucks. There's not much here. Hmm. This Google Doc sucks. Never mind. Uh, I'll probably do just from release date. Or, because I know one of them's a prequel. Does it? Do I need to do the prequel first to kind of know most of what's going on, or is playing in terms of release date just fine? I know Reach is a prequel to CE, but is it like, is it necessary to play first, or if you want to know more on CE? I might just play it in like release date order. The way everybody else did. Fairs. Fairs. Let's see. So, how is Hytale looking for everybody else? Fine right now, a lot of stuff that makes it Hytale isn't implemented yet. I saw they had some like dinosaur update, and then someone said it was a mod or something. They had some like underground dinosaur thing. Yeah, so I was like, they're calling to me. But if it's a mod, then like I don't really. Um, let's see. Uh, it is in the base game? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's still $30. So I'm like, wait, Kai Cenat is at Paris Fashion Week? There's new. Has Kai posted any of his like fashion stuff yet? Or I know he has something new out already, but or I saw something about he had some like pants or something. Unless people are just making jokes, which you know, hey, that might be a good pair. I'm not seeing any like actual like new. I think he's just at Fashion Week. What was that? Oh, okay. There's been a lot of stuff happening kind of on stream stuff. Um, I've been seeing more clips of like Speed on his stream. Getting a tour of the pyramids and stuff. Stream's getting crazy. Jonah, that concept art I sent you earlier from Stories. There's another one I'm gonna send you. That is apparently your best friend in the game. There we go. We also have a week. There's a new headwear for Monster Hunter you can get. What do we think? Good headwear, or is this worth hunting for? This fight, the Balahara is fine, right? It's tough, like he's stronger, but Balahara is easy to deal with. The Mizu, I have joined, I don't know how many lobbies where people don't know how to avoid the bubble or what the bubbles do. You can't do this event quest until after you fight normal Mizu. And at that point you should know the bubbles hurt you. But I see people run into the bubbles. The easily telegraphed and like highly visual effect of I will damage you, do not hit me. And it's like Bad Lad Chug sees a new bottle of soda. He just runs straight to it. People just go straight towards the problem. I don't get it. I don't understand. Oh, there's also cat art I'm gonna send you, Jonah. So, that dude I sent you with the gray hair, people noticed something about that art. The, Monster Hunter cropped out two parts of that image that show him in a more serious tone. So in the lead up to stories, Monster Hunter's been showing a lot of their art and stuff. And like some cutscenes and pieces from Stories 3. So here, we'll take a peek. We'll take a gander. Okay. Starting from December. I'm not going to play any of the audio because it's copyrighted and has other stuff in it. So this one, dual element monsters can hatch as you raise your ecosystem rank. This is part of the thing of like you can release monsters back into the wild, grow their population up, they'll breed and intermingle, and you can get like a fire lightning squirrel snake. Like a Tobi-Kadachi with the fire element. Actually, maybe this will be fine. This might be fine. This might be okay.
When a monster population has been restored, their eggs can be found and hatched into Munster partners. Hatching monsters and returning them to the wild is a practice the rangers call habitat restoration. Habitat restoration can be performed.
So, as we look, right? So you've released Rathian in here. In this habitat for Azaria, which I'm guessing is like these few sections. The Sun Petal Plains has a fire element. Ludroth, Nursilla, Gypceros are not, and Velospray are not fire element monsters. So there's a chance you can get one of them to have a mutation where they become a fire elemental monster, as well as their normal poison like the Rathian.
Habitat restoration can be performed.
For instance, Gypceros is normal. However, he can get a dual typing as a rare chance. You see Rathian here. Dread Rathian, or Dread Queen or whatever, is that mutation.
Formed not only with endangered species, but with regular monsters as well. Hatching and releasing monsters into the wild will affect that area's.
And you saw already, they released stuff, and there's a pink Rathian and a Tobi-Kadachi that spawn. And Chotacabra now. So this part, I think, will be really cool. Trying to, like, rebuild an ecosystem, that sounds sick.
That area's ecosystem rank. As the ecosystem rank rises, eggs become easier to obtain, and monsters can hatch with special skills or genes.
And it looks like they just tell you what the egg is. Like your cat just tells you.
Raising the ecosystem rank can even allow you to find monsters imbued with that area's element. Monsters with an area's element applied to them are called dual element monsters.
Okay, so they have two fire symbols.
For example, a monster which is normally thunder element may be influenced by the fire element of the area in.
And so there is a fire Tobi-Kadachi, normally call it Viper Tobi-Kadachi, but it looks different. So if we get a different variant, it might be a whole new thing, because this is not the same pattern or coloration.
which it is hatched and be born with fire skills. This even affects the monster's appearance.
Fire, Chupacabra, and Velocidrome. Pretty good.
Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection provides a new gameplay cycle where you can protect monsters, preserve their ecosystem, and truly roleplay as a ranger. Form a new, exciting relationship with the monsties you raise.
I like his look. I think I like his look the most. Not just because he looks like it's a lab coat person, and he kind of looks like me, but...
There are even special monsters
So that's a special Mizu,
that
T-Rex,
can only be obtained through habitat
is an
restoration.
ogre. So, pretty good. Sales talking about, we already looked at that one. This event is over. So at some point, Hololive did have a collaboration where they had new outfits. So, Ina had Nudra, or Ina did these designs herself for her and Bibu. So, see a very kind of like punky style. Dude, this hat would be sick merch for a Nudra. Logo's really cute. Bibu had Gormagala. Very good. It was a good stream. They're like Monster Hunter has a puzzle game on mobile. It's just the Palicos. As you can see, the gameplay really sick. It's just I don't even know who Basara is. It's just a match 3 puzzle game. We will be getting the new mirror sword soon. Apparently. At some point in February. So this great sword, as you charge it up, it'll return, and when you hit something, it'll fracture reality around it. And we'll get the little pendant of the, This is really cute. Little, like, fabric meat thing with the little guys dangling underneath. So, companion skills. There's a new thing coming in March. So you get the hopping Chupacabra egg. And you get an outfit, I believe, for your Palico. Let's see what else is there.
It looks like a Palico's gotta do what a
People are saying this is, what the fuck is his name? That this guy's from the other two? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see any returning characters from the last 2 Stories games in Stories 3.
Palico's gotta do, I suppose. Ready and... Somnicat won't come back to get you.
You sure?
These kind folks drove the thing up.
Who are they?
He might be, he looks older, but I don't think we're going to have any of the new, or any of the older characters in the new game. But, dude, some of this, I kind of wish we got this, like the hoodie Palico armor instead. I kind of like that look more. I know the Palicos are meant to be a little more silly. I know why we didn't get the mermaid. This armor's sick, but I do like this more. Let's see, we're going up. So, this is planning, Gogmazios. They have like deviant monsters or like invader monsters as different versions. Message from series producer.
皆様、新年明けましておめでとうございます。モンスターハンターシリーズプロデューサーの辻本です。2026年はですね、まずモンスターハンターワイルズ、こちらの方のアップデートを2月18日に配信するほか、ストーリーズシリーズの最新作、モンスターハンターストーリーズ3、運命の総流、こちらが3月13日に発売予定です。そして、ワイルズのハンターの皆様には新年を記念したプレゼントを用意してました。モンスターハンターワイルズ内で使えるアイテム新解禁の卵や、アイテムを揃えてゲームショー会場で採点も詳細は2020
So there is some thinking in February when we get this next patch. We'll get DLC, or a trailer for the DLC. I'm excited. This also looks like a different Chotacabra. Chotacabra doesn't look that green normally, so Raydal looks fine there. Arkveld looks normal. It's just really cute with the legs. So I'm thinking for new zones. Aurora also did these designs, Chotacabra and Rathalos. Very cute. Like it. I'm thinking the DLC for the new area we'll get might be an expanded ice zone, because the current ice zone we have, you can't really put a lot of the other creatures we've had before in ice regions in, because they can't get around. There's just no movement for them. So it's... I don't know what we'll get. But Jonah, like I was saying, how they added, or they removed a couple faces from that art I sent you. If you look here versus what I sent you of the so you see this face, you see these three, and then you see these two. These two in the middle here, where it's like shadowed and kind of like disappointed, aren't on the piece that they posted on Twitter. So I'm curious why those got removed. We can see like kid versions of the main character. Some more what's his name? What's the name of the blonde guy in Delicious in Dungeon or whatever? Dungeon Meshi? The main guy that's like the knight. This picture kind of like reminds me of him. Of the laughing. That's just me. I think, is it Laos or Lados? Lados? Either way, that just the still of him laughing looks a lot like the same kind of character. That is just me. They put me in Monster Hunter. I can't believe it. You got one of your other companions, Eleanor. More concept art. Concept art. Art. Magnamello tease. Not really a tease, we knew Magnamello was there. It's an ogre. Palico. Fanatical bundle being promoted. Fanatical is where I bought the key, like the pre-order key for Stories 3, so could be good. New bugs. The Event Quest shirt, concept art. Dude, I need me some stories. I'm excited. Okay, let's see. You know, chat, I think we might, I think I might just split up the streams today. And we'll do an evening one. For some stuff. I think that is what we shall do. We'll look at a couple more things and then we'll probably just end stream for today. Or one more thing at least. You do you, bestie. Alright. Alright. Final thing we'll look at today. OpenAI rapidly losing money and is projected to lose $14 billion this year alone. If they can't get another round of funding, they could run out of money as soon as 2027. We've never been so back. This, on top of Nvidia having to bring back the 30 series card, and Micron has apparently lost more money than they thought they would by not supplying consumer cards, or consumer like RAM 6, and other companies aren't filling the gaps or anything. At the current problem, right, with RAM, that 25% of the global market largely did not include China. China has like enough RAM and graphics cards in country that supply kind of like self-supplied. There's Chinese versions of graphics cards and RAM and all this stuff. From everything I've heard, they haven't really been as affected as the rest of the world. So a lot of countries are opening up that trade option of RAM and stuff coming into the rest of the global market. Even though the boards and the chips and everything come from China, Chinese versions of the RAM and stuff are starting to make their way through Russia and through other countries into the rest of the global market. And companies like Asus and these other major computer brands that are like Western aren't trying to fill the gap. They're just doing nothing. And that astounds me. I feel like any other market that had a quarter of the market suddenly open up would kind of be like a power vacuum. People would try to fill that, you know, stuff money into that hand over fist. And just rush to produce as much as they could to be that new big top dog. Asus has openly said they're not doing that. So I'm like, why? Millions of dollars just kind of sitting there and you're not doing nothing? Alright. Chat. Let me find a better song. Chat, I will see you. I think we'll end here and I'll do another stream tonight. So I will either see you tonight or tomorrow if I don't get to it tonight. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to catch up on like sleep and other stuff. So we'll have a night stream. Probably do a little Destiny React talk and stuff. Do kind of like what we normally do. So there's a couple videos I want to look at, 2 from Mugen and some others that I got chilling, so we'll play those then. Otherwise, chat, I will see you all later. I hope you have a wonderful night. Go eat, go drink, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.